Hello and welcome. Today I have for you a quick feel-good yoga sequence to help you feel a little bit better. Maybe we're feeling a bit grumpy and down in the dumps today, or we actually just feel like we need a bit of energy, something to just help wake the body up a little bit. And hopefully this sequence will be everything that you need. So whenever you're ready, we'll get started. To begin, we'll find our way into a child's pose. And we can customize this child's pose to our liking. So we can have the knees together out wide to the edges of the mat. We can extend the arms, or we can have them down by the sides of the body, or maybe even make a pillow with the hands to rest the forehead on. And we can close the eyes for a moment here, connect with your breath. Observe the natural rhythm of your breath. Just taking a moment to allow the mind and body to settle. One more breath. On our next inhale, we can lengthen the arms and come up to our tabletop position with the knees still together here if they're not already. We'll tuck the toes underneath and tucking them under as much as we can. And then walking the hands back so that we come to sit up on the heels. And maybe this is as far as we go. We keep the palms planted on the mat. If we can deepen the stretch a little bit more, we can walk those hands up to rest on the thighs. And resting here in our toe stretch. Wherever we are, nice deep breaths into your belly. Or connecting with your Ujjayi breath, your ocean breath. As this stretch can be a little intense for the feet. So we'll use our breath as a tool so that we can find space to rest here. One more breath, you got this. Exhaling, we can walk the hands back down to the mat, gently untucking those toes. Oh, we're just giving them a bit of a wriggle. Just wriggle out those toes, flex point the ankles, just to release that stretch. Beautiful. We can then walk the feet out, the knees out to the hip width apart. And we'll move through some yummy cat-cows. So on our inhale, we'll draw the belly down, lift the chest and chin up. Exhaling, pulling the belly in and rounding the spine, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhaling, waving up, lifting the chest and chin. Exhaling, rounding. Really press the mat away from you to stretch out the shoulder blades. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, round. 2 more times. Inhale, waving up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhaling, round. Last one. Inhale, wave up. Exhaling, round. Inhale, come back to your neutral tabletop position. And then if we have any blocks, we may need to just grab hold of one just to have it to hand. If we don't have blocks, we can always use a book or maybe roll up a blanket instead. We'll walk the hands to the top of the mat, keeping the hips in line with the knees. We'll melt the chest down to the mat, coming into our puppy pose, and the forehead can come to rest on the mat. If the forehead doesn't quite comfortably come all the way down, we can grab hold of our friendly block, pop it down in the center, and bring your forehead to rest on your block. Opening up the chest and shoulders here. Maybe we feel a stretch in those armpits too. And using your exhales to melt that chest further down to the mat. If we begin to smush the face into the mat, maybe we can bring the chin to rest on the mat. And wherever we are, nice deep breath. One more breath. Inhaling, we can gently peel the chest up off the mat and walk the hands back in. We'll bring the knees back together and the hands come out to the edges of the mat. Using our core in an exhale, bring yourself to lying on your bellies. Beautiful. Once we're all the way down, we can come up to rest on the forearms in our Sphinx pose. And the glutes are active here. We're squeezing the legs and feet together and we're pressing that pelvis into the mats. Rolling those shoulders down so that we can reach that chest through. Activating the muscles in the lower back. If we do feel any pain or a crunching feeling in the lower back, we can come onto the palms instead and we can just lower ourselves down. We'll lift ourselves up a little bit more, just finding your edge. Otherwise, we can rest here in our Sphinx on the forearms. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Exhaling, we can gently lower ourselves down, bring the palms underneath the shoulders and press it back to a child's pose with the knees together and arms down by the sides for a release in that lower back. And we can close the eyes again here, return to your breath. One more breath. Inhaling, we'll lengthen those arms in front, come back up to your tabletop, tuck the toes under, hips back and up to our first downward facing dog. And we can take a moment to paddle the feet and stretch out the legs. So moving your body in whichever way feels nice for you here. Any little intuitive movements that you like in your downward facing dog. On our next inhale, look between the hands and slowly walk the feet towards the hands. We can come up onto the fingertips and generously bend the knees. The feet are hip width apart here. And we can just let the arms and head hang in our ragdoll. And either finding stillness or maybe gently swaying from side to side if that feels nice. You can hold on to the edges of the elbows. Maybe gently rock the head yes and no to loosen up the neck. Again, any little intuitive movements here that feel nice. Then on our next inhale, letting the arms and head hang, we'll slowly roll up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up to standing. Bringing the hands behind the head, we can interlace the fingers together and tucking those elbows in. We're not splayed out to the side. We'll tuck those elbows in. Exhale, we'll tuck the chin in and roll back down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Being mindful of your back, taking it nice and slow. And then lengthening those arms down to the mat when we've made our way down. On our next inhale, rolling back up the spine, arms and head hang. Coming all the way back up to standing. Beautiful. It feels so good in the spine. Again, bring those hands behind the head, interlace the fingers. Exhale, tuck the chin in, rolling back down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Folding it forwards and lengthening the arms. Inhale, rolling back up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way back up to standing. Beautiful. And maybe just taking a moment to shake it out. Shake out the arms, shake out those legs. Great. And we'll finish with one last little stretch. So shifting our weight into the right foot, we'll bend that left knee and bring it in towards the chest. Give it a nice hug. Resting that right palm on top of the knee. Inhale, extend the left arm out to the sides. And gently shifting your gaze behind the shoulder. We may need to find a point in the room to focus on for your balance and stability. If you fall out, gently find your way back in to our standing balancing twist. One more breath. Keep holding, squeezing those toes into the mat. Exhaling, windmilling that left arm back through, hugging the knee into the chest and gently bringing the foot down to the mat. Beautiful. We can turn round so that you can see me on the other side. We'll bring that right knee into the chest, give it a nice hug. Resting that left palm on top of the knee. Inhale, extending the right arm behind. Gently gazing back behind the shoulder. Squeezing those toes into the mat. That standing leg is strong. One more breath, you got this. Exhale, windmilling that hand back through, hugging the knee into the chest and gently dropping that foot back down to the mats. Inhaling, we'll take the arms out and up and holding on to the left wrist with the right hand, we'll bring the hands over to the right side and press the hips out to the left. Looking up underneath that arm for a nice stretch all the way down the left side. One more breath. Exhaling, coming back to center, we'll switch grips. Hold on to the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, reaching over to the left side, pressing the hips out to the right and looking up under that arm. One more breath. Exhaling, coming back to center and releasing those hands down. Maybe one last shake of the arms and legs. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that little flow. Hopefully we feel a lot better than we did at the beginning of the video. If you did enjoy, please like the video, save for later so you can come back time and time again. Leave a comment in the comments below and subscribe to my channel for more free weekly yoga content. Thanks again for watching. I hope to see you again in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.